Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to HA After Dark. Oh my goodness, we have so many wonderful things, wonderful things to talk about. And it's going to just be absolutely fantastic. Hit subscribe right now. We are slowly but surely, like the little engine that could, going up a hill. We're on our way to 120,000 subscribers. Tell your friends about this. Is pound for pound the best live stream on YouTube. There's just so many wonderful people here. Inside Scarlet, Bud Drake, and I have the regulators, Luke St. Martin and Eric H526, Elizabeth Luker, AC Yor, Horace. And what can I tell you? It's just so awesome. And we get like on average close to 1,000 or over 1,000, and we're only a channel of, on our way to 120,000 subs. So it's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. And tomorrow could be. So before we get to Michael Cohen and his failed taxi business, a taxi medallion in New York was worth $1.4 million like 7-8 years ago. Because of Lyft and Uber, it's now worth $400,000. You need taxi medallions to have a taxi business. And imagine, and all you could have done is it's very simple. All you could have done if you're Michael Cohen or if you're like the brick and mortar, whatever taxi, you could have just created an app. How hard is that to do? How difficult is that to do? By the way, to my super chat, thank you so much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Thank you so very, very much. And so, like, all you have to do before we get into Michael Cohen, because his problems have nothing to do with Trump. Okay, Trump didn't go ahead and he didn't work with Vladimir Putin to hack the DNC to inform America that Hillary Clinton was corrupt and deceptive and a liar who was cheating Bernie Sanders. We already knew that. We already knew that she was a liar and corrupt. We didn't have to have, somebody hack the DNC. And by the way, the only evidence we have is CrowdStrike. And they're not even certain. And CrowdStrike had to backtrack a bunch of its claims regarding the Fancy Bear network. They didn't even trace it back directly to the Russian government. They indicted 12 people who were part of a conspiracy. A conspiracy. Not to indict, a conspiracy, kind of like Bruce Orr giving the Steele dossier to James Comey after the Steele dossier was purchased by Hillary Clinton, and then BuzzFeed publishing it, and oh, by the way, getting sued, and it's suing now the DNC because the BuzzFeed is complete nonsense. Because we're supposed to believe that Trump got urinated on. This is the big, with $35 billion, and all we got is urination. That thing is like, I survived this and all I got was this dumb shirt. So 35 billion NSA, CIA, FBI, and all they got was people just peed on Trump. This is what we got. So $35 billion, and that's what you just go into the bathroom. And oh my God, the Steele dossier, which is complete and utter nonsense, which Michael Cohen, by the way, was saying, well, we'll get to Michael Cohen was actually suing BuzzFeed. Then he had to save money for his battle with Mueller. But let's go ahead really quickly. We'll get to Michael Cohen in a second. But the Manafort trial, this is really interesting. So this is WTOP.com, Associated Press, sorry. Third day of deliberation set for Manafort fraud trial. Not Manafort direct evidence to Russian hacking and Trump colluding with Russia trial. Not OMG Russia colluding with Manafort to deceive the whole planet using Manafort as a as a conduit. No, it was a tax issue that he had years back. And it's just unbelievable. Like, thank you, Katrina. Thank you, everyone, for watching. So let's go ahead. This is really interesting. Alexandria, Virginia. Jury deliberations are expected to resume in the financial fraud trial, not the hacking trial, not the Russian collusion trial, the financial fraud trial of former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. Now, the concept of flipping and singing would maybe make sense if there was an actual crime that was committed. Whitewater, actual crime. Watergate, actual crime. Break-in. Bill Clinton, you know what happened in the Oval Office. I don't need to go. This is HA After Dark, but I have YouTube policies here. You know what happened. You know what happened in the Oval Office while Bill Clinton was in the White House. I don't have to go any further. That happened. Then he lied about it happening. The hacking is, the people are confident the hacking took place. They're confident. They don't even know. The NSA is moderately confident. The CIA is highly confident. They're not even certain. Yeah, Lilo. No, he didn't sleep with Stormy in the Oval Office. Something else happened. Stormy was later. But they're moderately to highly confident that the DNC was hacked. And then they're like, oh, well, Russian collusion. That has nothing to do, or Russian interference. They went from Russian collusion to Russian interference because they know they had no Russian collusion. Then they haven't really explained Russian interference or meddling. And the only collusion was Hillary Clinton purchasing a document compiled by Russian sources. So there you go. In the Steele dossier. But Alexandria, Virginia, jury deliberations are expected to resume in the financial fraud trial of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort. So tomorrow, if he doesn't go to jail for 500 billion trillion years, Mueller will have egg on his face. And if it's like 1 out of 2 or 6 out of 18, sorry. The 18 count indictment. They could have just been like 1,000 count indictment. Every single statute, jaywalking, every single thing. Let's get him on something. We got to get him on something. We have nothing. We'll get him on something. And the interesting thing, Monday marks the third day that jurors ponder the 18-count indictment. I think that the longer it goes on, the fact that Monday is the third day, this is not a slam dunk case, but this is really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This is really interesting. So what's really interesting is the following. Federal prosecutors in the trial in Alexandria, Virginia, alleged that Manafort hid tens of millions of dollars in foreign income. But the defense was like, oh, by the way, the bank and the government, the IRS, and nobody told him he was doing anything wrong. Generally, if you are doing something, horrible, the bank's going to let you know right away, even before the government. The government will come afterwards, or, there are Patriot Act laws. There are so many different laws, especially for wire transfers. They also say he lied on the loan application. Well, that's also, what was it, like 40 or 50% of loan applications during the Great Recession? The loan officers or the banks helped in the deception. They also say he lied on loan applications to obtain millions more to maintain a lavish lifestyle. Who doesn't have baby panda underwear? Or baby seal slippers? Or panda underwear? Or whatever. You know what I mean. Who doesn't have a $15,000 ostrich skin jacket? When you're that rich, you become tacky and gaudy. When you're that rich, you're like, I don't know what I can buy. I don't know what to buy. What can I buy? That jacket looks like it was made, sell it in Target. Is it made of ostrich skin? Okay, I'll get it. Is it, if it's $5,000, I'm not getting it. Well, it's 15. I'll get it. 15 grand. Do not sell me a jacket less than 15. That's if you're that rich. And also the thing is, like, gaudy, gaudy, gaudy. Look how rich I am. Look how rich I am. So that's who he runs in those circles. He runs in those circles. DC, international circles. Okay. But he's not Charles Manson. And they were like, the prosecution, and the prosecution got clowned all the time. Even the judge was even like, you're crying, aren't you? I'm not crying. I'm just trying to, conduct the case, Your Honor. And then this is the best. Manafort's attorneys didn't call witnesses to his defense. Manafort's attorneys didn't call witnesses in his defense, claiming the prosecution had failed to meet its burden of proof. His attorneys attacked the credibility of a key witness. One time, Manafort protege Rick Gates. So Rick Gates comes in and says, yeah, we committed a lot of crimes. Well, then why didn't anyone notice? Manafort worked for other presidents. Why didn't the IRS? Why didn't the government? Why didn't the bank? There are Patriot Act laws. I know every bank you have to do. There's a whole lot of compliance officers to banks. No red flags. No nothing. That's why the jury is thinking. They're like, oh gosh. And they even asked what's the burden of proof? And they just they can't. They don't know. Like they don't know what. Like how to get him. They need to get him somehow. They need to hurt him. He needs to be hurt somehow. The retribution. Democrats need retribution. They lost 8 out of 11 special elections. They lost the House, the Senate, the executive branch with John O'Brien falls under. John O'Brien. And it's like, it's like, at the end of the day, what do they have? They have nothing. And it didn't even bother. They didn't even bother a defense. The defense team was like, you know what? We're not going to do anything. We're going to go ahead and that's it. We rest our case. You have to prove that he's Charles Manson. You have to prove that he did all these horrible things knowingly. Good luck. And I just can't imagine the jury finding him guilty on all 18 counts. They might find him guilty on a bunch. I just don't think that, because if you find Manafort guilty on all of these counts, you're allowing Manafort to dictate the rule of law in this country. You can't go after somebody simply because you want to go after Trump. All 60 plus million Trump voters are now at risk because of Mueller. Oh, you voted for Trump? Oh my God, you're Russian collusion. You're part of Russia. Let's get you. And the second thing is that they have to prove he did so willingly and intentionally. This is not top secret intelligence on an unencrypted server that was hacked by the whole planet. Louis Gohmert, when he was Gohmerizing Peter Strzok, Louis Gohmert stated that the IG found out that all of Clinton's emails, all of them, were all of them were hacked by a foreign entity, not Russia. All of them were hacked by a foreign entity, not Russia. And Good morning, Eric. And Eric H526 has an amazing, amazing gaming channel. Check out his page. Check out his stuff. He has an amazing gaming channel on BitChute. Eric H526. He's awesome. But they don't have a defense. And the trial is the first courtroom test of the Russia probe, led by special counsel Robert Mueller. No, it's not really, because it has nothing to do with Russia collusion. It has nothing to do, and everyone knows it too. Like, this is not... When they talk about, oh, well, you know, Whitewater led to a blue dress or whatever, that's not really, like, you're talking about crimes with Whitewater. And then another lie. Another lie in what he did in the Oval Office. And then you're talking about Clinton tampering with witnesses and all that stuff. But it all had to do with Clinton, his actions, his wife's actions, Hillary Clinton. So you have Bill Clinton doing a whole bunch of things. The trial is the first courtroom test of the Russia probe led by Robert Mueller, though the case doesn't involve allegations of Russian election interference. Of course not. Amy Shaw, thank you. They put Manafort in solitary confinement for his protection, but charged with nothing. Exactly. Mueller needs to go down. Oh, absolutely. Amy Shaw, you said it better than I did. Amy Shaw, there are others who say things better than I do. The guy goes in, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy Shaw. The guy goes into solitary confinement, which is, you know, essentially torture. And Isosceles T, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. I think everyone should start their own channel too. All 455 people, believe me, if I can start a channel, you can start a channel, anything you like. I mean, look, whether you're into makeup or home improvement or, you know how to, whatever it is that you know how to do, I am sure most of the millions of people don't know how to do that, or, you know, haven't heard that take on things. So just start a channel. It's really fun. I started this channel because I started writing in the Huffington Post, the Hill, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and then it just led to this channel. But I appreciate the kind words, everyone. So basically, it's like, you're talking about investigations into Clinton, where everyone who investigated Clinton is now fired. James Comey, fired. Andrew McCabe, fired. Criminal charges also pending. Peter Strzok, fired. Bruce Orr, demoted. About 5 other FBI officials, Sally Moore, Kevin Kleinsmith, a whole bunch of others. Lisa Page. You have... They're being investigated by the Office of Professional Responsibility at the FBI. You have James Comey being investigated by the FBI's Office of Professional Responsibility. So Amy Shaw, you're 100% right. At the end of the day, she will get charged. She will get indicted because there are legal statutes she broke. And Bruce Orr will be testifying August 28th. What, like less than 10 days from now? Should be fun. Should be a good time. Can't wait till he's fired also. But what happens when you have all these spinning plates? James Comey, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Andrew McCabe, Bruce Orr. You already have them fired, being investigated. You have an FBI, Clinton Foundation FBI probe. The Clinton Foundation is a monstrosity. It is an open, sieve into corruption and espionage. You want to talk about espionage? It's like the Clinton Foundation, money flows into it, and then beneficial outcomes take place. If the tables were turned, could you imagine the Washington Post saying, what? The Trump Foundation? Money flowed into the Trump Foundation, and Putin was sold uranium? Money flowed into the Trump Foundation, and the IRS played it nice with UBS, the bank? What? Money flowed into the Clinton Foundation, and Boeing got a giant $1 billion deal in Russia? What? Money flowed into the Clinton Foundation, and suddenly $10 billion is nowhere to be found from Haiti? The earthquake in Haiti? What? Money flowed into the Clinton Foundation, and oh my God, weapons deals? That's why she used a private server to hide Clinton Foundation information and donors and all that stuff. Amy Shaw, we need a new word for hypocrisy. 100%, Amy. We at least need a word that Democrats will understand. Amy Shaw, you say it better than I do. We at least need a word that Democrats will understand. It's not a charity. It is what Democrats, what Clinton always does is simply this. She has her law firm. She funnels money through her law firm to pay for the Steele dossier and to pay for CrowdStrike, who said, oh, unbelievably, it was hacked. The DNC was hacked. Well, she didn't pay for it herself. My hands are cleared. I went through my law firm. Not really. I wrote a Daily Caller article saying that she should be indicted under campaign finance violations. Katrina Katris, thank you so very much. Katrina, thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Katrina. And thank you, Amy Shaw. So Clinton, what Clinton does is, I didn't buy anything. I didn't pay anyone. My law firm did. Now you funneled money through your law firm. And the Clinton Foundation's like, I never took $156 million. Yeah, but the money was funneled through your law firm for access. AC Orr, hello. Katrina Katris, thank you so very much, Katrina. So now let's go and let's thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words, Katrina. Amy Shaw, thank you as always, Amy Shaw. And so Michael Cohen, his taxi empire is, crumbling. Cohen, Trump's ex-lawyer, investigated for bank fraud in excess of $20 million. Is there any crime directly linked to Trump, or is this all destroy anyone Trump knows, day, month, year in Democratic politics? And then I read this hilarious article from in Axios. It was like, well, we interviewed one Republican strategist, and he was really worried about Trump saying that there's going to be a red wave. This way, people won't go to the polls. That's everyone is saying that Democrats are going to win the midterms. The polls are certainly saying that. The pundits are certainly saying that. They're still saying he's a menace to humanity and the world. If anyone's going to stay home, it's going to be Democrats, because hate is not enough. To take time off of work, to lose money, to take time off of work to go vote, to find time to vote. Simply hating Trump's tweets is not going to get you to vote. Most people don't have Twitter. Cohen, Trump's ex-lawyer, investigated for bank fraud, okay? Federal authorities investigating whether President Trump's former personal lawyer and fixer. Oh my God, a fixer? Why doesn't Clinton ever have a fixer? With Clinton, it's just her law firm, not a fixer. It's just a law firm. Can't prove anything. Can't prove anything. It's true. I think Podesta actually left his phone in one of the New York taxis. Might have been Cohen's taxi. $20 million in loans obtained by taxi businesses that he and his family own. According to people familiar with the matter, all you had to do if you own a taxi company is get an app and have people let the drivers speak to their customers, just like, with Uber. That's it. It's easy to adapt. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Investigators are also examining whether Mr. Cohen violated campaign finance. Yeah, right. Or other laws by helping to arrange financial deals to secure the silence of women. No, the women were silent on their own. You can't go ahead and say that the women were silent because of these financial deals if they didn't want to get sued. If they didn't want to get sued, then they felt that whatever they signed was valid. But they signed something out of free will. How about not accepting money and just saying, yeah, I had sexual relations with Trump? You could just, get a bullhorn out and start yelling it out. I had sex with Trump. I had sexual relations with Trump. Well, what's the matter? Why didn't they do it? Now it's, a fixer. And this has nothing to do with the campaign. It has nothing to do. Well, people should have known it. It would have affected votes. No, that's a stretch. Meanwhile, Clinton actually purchased a dossier during the election. Elizabeth Luker. It's all about to hit the fan. Everyone stay vigilant because the left is going to absolutely lose their poop. Oh, that's for sure. So many are still in complete denial. Oh, that's for sure. Elizabeth, they have everyone from Bill Maher to Rachel Maddow to Joy Behar to Robert De Niro to everyone on MSNBC and CNN and the Washington Post and the New York Times and most of YouTube. They have everybody telling them that Trump is crazy, Trump is crazy, Trump is crazy. And can you imagine, Elizabeth, one of the amazing moderators on this channel? Thank you so very much, as always, for supporting my voice in this channel. Could you imagine what's going to happen? And I have amazing Bernie voters who still watch me, and I love you, and thank you for still watching me, even though I'm Trump 2020. But they are going to descend upon Bernie voters like ravenous wolves. And the people you think have your back are going to be like, oh my God, look at this. Look what they're doing. This is horrible. Look at this. Democrats. I'll vote for Joe Biden. At the end of the day, it's going to be yet another power struggle where Democrats force progressives to just fall in line. And it's going to be nasty too, because they're going to blame every bad thing in life on Bernie voters. And it's going to be nasty. And they, who knows, maybe they'll just keep Pelosi, and just out of spite, I'll be like, you see what you did? You made us lose. Pelosi, you are minority leader for life. Your House minority leader for life. That's it. Little rule. Pelosi's there for life. There. Enjoy. You see what you did? Enjoy. Hesh74. Thank you, Hesh. Say, Elizabeth Luker, you're 100% right. It's about to hit the fan. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be nice. It's going to be really mean. And I hate to say it, but I'll find I won't find joy in that they're going to descend hard upon Bernie voters, but I'll find amusement in the expedited collapse and destruction, peaceful political destruction of the Democratic Party, peaceful obliteration. When they cheated Bernie and I was still on the left, I was like, what's one way I can go ahead? What's one way I can go? Jill Stein. I want to bring soldiers home. She was the closest there. So, okay. And I was still stuck in the bubble. Like if I knew that Trump would be such like the good president he is, I would have just voted Trump. But I was actually embarrassed. I was like, oh my God. When people would call me like a Trump supporter, like you're helping Trump, I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm not helping Trump. Don't tell me that. No. Now I love it. They can't hurt me anymore because Trump is a good president. You can say what you like. You disagree with him. It's fine. He's a good president. At this point right now, there's no way anyone can say he's a bad president. If you eliminate his tweets, there's nothing. Environmental regulations. Okay. The oil boom under President Obama. Yes. President Obama was obviously a better president for the environment. Fine. But I mean, if climate change is going to destroy the planet, it's not like his presidency halted that advance. Fossil fuels, the oil and gas business boomed under President Obama. We can go on. Pipelines, tens of thousands and thousands of miles, I should say, of pipelines were built. And now you have Avenatti running, Stormy's lawyer, for president. Alexandra M. Gonzalez, I love your passion and energy and strength. And you're awesome. Keep it up. Keep the passion. Keep the energy. I had that once. Then I was beaten down. I was beaten. Life just beat me down. And I was like, I don't like getting beaten up by Democrats. And then I changed. And now I love winning. It's fantastic. I love the Democratic Party it's so great because they're corrupt, but they're so utterly corrupt. But if they were less hawkish than Trump, I would actually have to side with Democrats. If they were not in favor of regime change and Trump was, I'd be like, God, I hate them, but I want them to win. My number one thing is if Max Boot, if Bill Kristol, if Robert Kagan, if all the neoconservatives and CNN and social justice warriors hate Trump, I love Trump. If the Hillary 2020, if the neoconservatives and the social justice warriors hate something, I love it. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. If there's a band that social justice warriors and neocons hate, I'll love that band. A movie, I'll love just whatever. So Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very, very much. Mark Cuban, I believe that he hates Trump. I think that I don't know what's going on with Mark Cuban. I guess I have no comment. Elizabeth Luker, HA, there was a chef on Chop today that reminded me of you, Chef Craig Walker from Aspen. You got a twin brother. Let me see. I bet you, I hope doesn't look like the Elephant Man. Okay, let's see this. Okay, Elizabeth Luker. Hey, let's see, Craig Walker. Ha ha! Chef Craig Walker. Yes. Oh, that looks good. Not the chef, the food. Oh my gosh, that looks really good. Oh, now I'm hungry. Elizabeth, you made me hungry now. My diet is over. All I have is shrimp dishes here. Oh, this is nice. Yes, roast beef, fantastic. Shrimp, fantastic. Love it. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very much. Yeah, it looks like he's definitely an awesome chef. Caleb and Levi, I love your passion. Thank you so much, Caleb and Levi. Thank you so very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happily married. Thank you so very much, Caleb and Levi. Thank you. I greatly appreciated Caleb and Levi. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very much, Elizabeth. Now you got me hungry. Now I'm going to eat. Now I'm going to continue to add weight to my giant behind. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. So this poor guy, well, I say poor, I don't say poor. He lost basically, like, he had millions and millions and millions, and now that's like, you know, his empire, his taxi empire literally is dwindled, has been cut to 75%, maybe probably 80% of what it once was. And that's, you know, if you see, and I'm not this, you know, financial guru, okay, but if you see, Caleb and Levi, thank you. Elizabeth Luker, thank you. If you see that you are just going ahead, if you know that you have Uber on your behind, then simply adapt. Get an app. Adapt. And let your drivers speak to the customers. David Kaplan, thank you so much, David. Thank you so much. Trump studied the late Joseph McCarthy because we are now in a period with Mueller and his gang that make Joseph McCarthy look like a baby. Rigged witch hunt. That's, you know what? Let me go ahead. Oh my God. How did I miss that text? I mean, that tweet. How did I miss that tweet? How did I miss that tweet? Oh my God. Yes. This is 100% accurate. Then the whole thing is like truth isn't truth. And it's like, well, actually, and then there's like a meme already indicted. What? They add these. This has nothing to, they're indicting people, but that have nothing to do with their major claims or even any claims they make. Every time they indict people, this is the dumbest meme at all. When Clinton gets charged, it will take down the entire Democratic Party. They're run by such corrupt people, they don't realize that indicting Manafort or Rick Gates or George Papadopoulos or any of the 15 Russian hackers or whatever, not hackers, they don't know any hackers. You're 100% David, 100% right, David Kaplan. You're 100% right. Caleb and Levi, thank you. You're 100% right. They are the new McCarthy era Republicans. It's unbelievable because they don't know what they actually have no sense of logic. And Jolene Cladoris, I apologize. I haven't. I didn't see your last toggle of Balgun. I didn't see yours. Thank you, Jolene. Look up Dianne Feinstein ran against Brennan in 2014 for hacking the Senate. Very good. You know what? I'm going to get to that. Dianne Feinstein. Amy Shaw, have to get some sleep. Great show and great people. Night all. Thank you so very much, Amy Shaw. Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful evening, sweet dreams, and thank you so very much. You are awesome, and just a great support of this channel. Thank you so very much. So, Michael Cohen talks. Basically, they're after Michael Cohen now. They're after. It's just unbelievable. Wow. Interior Minister. Hold on. Wow. Wow. Larry Johnson is awesome. One of the great running backs of all time. I read you his text, but I mean his tweet. I have to retweet this. This is amazing. I just retweeted it, so it's amazing. See a great photo right here of the president and the first lady. First lady is very, very beautiful, very elegant, and it's a shame that the press doesn't like. The press is just so full of hate. So let's go ahead. So tomorrow, the Manafort, well, today. Oh, John O'Brien. Let's see what John Brennan's tweeting really quickly. This is hilarious. This action is part of a broad effort by Mr. Trump to suppress freedom of speech and punish critics. No, he's not. He's not affecting your speech. You're not being deplatformed or anything like that. He's not affecting your speech. Nancy Bennett, good night. Thank you so much. Good chat. Thank you. This one profile says, "I love guns and bacon." You can't go wrong with that. I love guns and bacon. It's really funny. Also, the level of hate they have against Trump and the inability for Trump to, the inability for these people to go ahead and do anything against him. Elizabeth Luker. David Kaplan, I didn't see. I'm sorry. David Kaplan, no collusion and no obstruction except by crooked Hillary and the Democrats. All of resignations and corruptions, yet heavily conflicted Bob Mueller refuses to even look in that direction. I'm going to tweet that. Elizabeth Luker, HA, can you explain how taking away security clearances really in the end will help? Clinton, Obama, etc. will still get info and spread to their cronies. So frustrating. So David Kaplan and Elizabeth Luker, David, thank you so very, very much. They are the McCarthy era scoundrels. They are definitely McCarthy. You can't blame. It makes no sense why Russia would even want Democrat. I mean, would fear Trump or would want Trump more than Democrats. They already got 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. Nancy Bennett, thank you. David Kaplan, no collusion, no obstruction, except by crooked Hillary and the Dems. Exactly, Steele dossier. I mean, I love Trump doing that. And you know, Elizabeth Luker, the interesting thing is that it might not be completely foolproof or, you know, completely airtight, but Elizabeth, it's a very good thing. And it shows what you need to do if you're Trump is you need to send a message to anyone who is friendly to the Democratic Party within the Justice Department, within the FBI, within the intelligence community, saying, look, they call this a regime, but you have to send a message saying, look, it's not going to fly anymore. You're going to get fired. You're not going to keep your security clearances. There are going to be repercussions, political, legal. And with the security clearance, there's economic repercussions. So when Philip Mudd starts yelling at CNN, it really doesn't matter how much money he makes. It's still utilized. It's still utilized by people. Hey, I have a security clearance. You know, I'm really in the in crowd. I am part of the intelligence community. Look at my clearance. Then you have this one admiral the other day. He was like, "Jay, take my clearance. If you take John's, take my." Trump should have been like, "Okay," and pulled his clearance right then and there. He should have done that. It would have been fantastic. What is this like? Jeff McDaniel 100. Trump needs to declassify. Game over. So David Kaplan, Elizabeth Luker, once I pray to God, please, Lord, give us a sign that you exist. Take away another security clearance. Please, God. Please. Take away James Clapper's security clearance. And by the way, imagine if there's a Russian operative and she's like this gorgeous, amazing, you know, beautiful Russian spy. And she goes up to Clapper and she's like, "Hey, what's your name?" "Oh, hi. Hi there, little lady. My name is James. You can call me Jimmy Clapper." "Oh, well, what do you do?" "Well, I thank you for asking. You know, I'm not just a pretty face and a giant cranium. I was part of the, I was head of the ODNI, actually." "Oh, tell me more." "I can tell you all the secrets right now. Let's just, maybe you can go out and have some drinks at my room." That's it. Game over. There's security risks. That's it. It's called Honey Trap. That's it. Jim Clapper. "Why, thank you. I never thought you'd ask." Elizabeth and David, all he has to do is say, and these people are security risks. What are you doing? How do you know where someone's loyalty stands? You don't even know what where their loyalties are in the United States government. But you do know that they hate Trump. You never used to see that. The intelligence community was just slithered towards whoever was in power. Now they're actively pulling for one side. Sorry, you can't do that. Clearance gone. And by the way, they make such a big deal. They're like, well, you shouldn't have taken clearance because it shows that you're being partisan. Yeah, that's fine. Trump has every right to be like, you're insulting me. Your clearance is gone. Sorry. Obama would have done the same thing. President Obama would have done, everyone was loyal. Isn't that interesting? How is it that everyone was loyal to Bush and well, let's put it this way. There were a couple people who spoke out, and yes, and that was actually very courageous of those people, but that had to do with like an actual war that he was getting us into. Nancy Bennett, amen to that. I agree. Clapper should be next. Exactly. Clapper should be next. So, David and Elizabeth, when it goes down, it'll be just unbelievable. And it doesn't have to be even like that kind of thing. It could be like, look, you know what? Here's some money. Like you said, like I hear in the live chat, bribes. Why go ahead? Why? As Hillary is a big security risk, but they're probably just going ahead and allowing Clinton. Here's some more. It's like, feeding a crack addict drugs. Here's some more classified info. Have fun. Don't whatever you do, Hillary, don't get drunk and put it on an unencrypted server. Don't do it. Don't. We know that you did it unintentionally before, but you're not going to do it intentionally now. You're fine. We trust you. We trust you. Oops, you did it again. You're indicted. Sorry. Oops, you did it again. Sorry. And I can't imagine Comey still on that list. But let's go ahead. You have so many people, and you have so many people who simply hate Trump, and they don't care. They do not care. They don't care who they spy on. They just don't care at all. Tamara Friedman. POTUS is expanding Gitmo. Any thoughts? Tamara Friedman. Let me go ahead, and I haven't seen it. I would actually not want that to happen. I can't find anything right now on that. Tamara, thank you so very, very much. He's keeping it open. I actually am not a fan of that. I would rather not see that in existence anymore for a bunch of reasons. Tamara Friedman! As always, you're absolutely wonderful. Thank you so very much for supporting this channel. Tamara, thank you. I haven't seen any links on that. I want every American soldier to just come home. We have no business being anywhere else. If, God forbid, there is some kind of major catastrophe, or, that's a different story. But even then, I would want our soldiers to just stay, Reagan would be viewed as a pacifist. Bring the 10,000 soldiers in Afghanistan back home. Bring the 5,000 in Iraq back home. They should have Christmas with their families. Trump right now is presiding over a great economy. He has a great foreign policy compared to Obama. If you don't like elements of his foreign policy, fine. I agree. I get it. But it's a lot better than President Obama's. Didn't destroy Libya. Obama was like, oh, mistake. If Trump had that mistake, he would be an enabler, supremacist, sympathizer. Brennan loses security clearance. This is Jim Jordan. Clapper lied under oath. Rice blamed Benghazi on video. Comey fired. McCabe fired. Strzok fired. Yates fired. Page demoted, then left. Or demoted. Yep. If any of these folks have a clearance, they should lose it too. Absolutely right. Future Speaker of the House, Jim Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats need 23 seats, meaning they have to do better than they did last time. Better than they did last time. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Fonzarelli, hey, if HB were he would say, Hillary's getting indicted. He would say, probably, Trump 2020. Fonzarelli, hey. No, Trump is not racist. Hillary is racist, though. Fonzarelli, he would say, Hillary is getting indicted. Or, Bernie should have said something about $200 million stolen from his voters. Or something to that effect. Oh, HB. I thought it was HA. I love HB. I don't know, but I love HB. Gosh, what am I? I thought it was HA. Fonzarelli. I love Hard Bastard. He's awesome. I didn't know if you meant to say HA or HB, but I love HB. He's awesome. HB is great. Styx is great. Love it. For my Second Amendment channel fans, I am going to have some very cool stuff this week. I have to do it for myself, for my sanity, it's just fantastic. And tomorrow, Friedman, we love you. Thank you. And Nancy Bennett, go Army. Thank you, Nancy. Go Army, absolutely. Fonzarelli, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the best people. I can't do my Trump, but ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful evening. God bless you all. Tomorrow's going to be absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. To my super chat. Thank you so very, very much, David, Elizabeth, everyone. Thank you so. Mick Mac, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Good night and have a blessed evening. See you tomorrow.